Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Narayanam Namaskritya Naram Chaiva Narottam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jayam Tete Nashtiprayeshu Avadreshu Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya Bhagavati Uttam Shloke Bhaktir Bhavati Nashtiki. So continuing with the discussion on Prabhupada Lilamrita by Srila Prabhupada Goswami. So Prabhupada has come to New York and Jayanand Prabhu is driving that car for him. Tamal Krish Maharaj is there with him also. And the conversation is going on. The body is important because the soul is there. So long the life is there, if you decorate the body, everyone will appreciate. But if you decorate the dead body, everyone will say, what a fool he is. Similarly, without spiritual knowledge, this dead civilization, simply on the bodily concept of life, it is ludicrous that we have to condemn. Take Krishna consciousness, then everything has value. Just like one, if there is zero, then it becomes 10. Add another zero and it becomes 100. But without that one, it is simply zero. It's only useless. So that knowledge, so that understanding is definitely missing from the whole world. Nobody even thinks about that. The soul is most important. The body is important because the soul is there. We see it every day. As soon as somebody dies, we say, oh, he's gone. Who's gone? The dead body is there. Throughout our life, we dealt with him based on the body. And now we say he's gone. Our eyes, all the organs of the body. Do the eyes see? Dead body has eyes, but they don't see anything. No, the soul sees through the eyes. Soul tastes through the tongue. Soul speaks through the tongue because the tongue is already there in the dead body, but it doesn't move. It doesn't taste anything. Soul hears through the ears. Without the soul, this body is good for nothing. We cremate it. Some traditions they bury it. Parsis they throw it for the eagles to eat. Without soul, this body is good for nothing. But throughout our life, we don't care for the soul. We only care for this body. This is, as human beings, when we have this option to learn more, to understand more, go for self-realization. But the conditioning is such, this body, that's it. We keep on decorating the body, we keep on giving pleasure to the senses of this body, keep on giving satisfaction to the mind. Mind is also a subtle body. It's not spiritual, but this is our life. And unless, Prabhupada said, unless until we add Krishna, everything is zero. That one is Krishna, Sartamal Krishna, and Krishna's representative. Added Rameshwar. As it drove down 55th Street, the devotees pointed out to Prabhupada the ISKCON building with the words Hare Krishna written in gold letters down the side. A large yellow banner showing a devotee of Lord Chaitanya performing Sankirtan flew from the front of the building, and a stylish awning emblazoned Hare Krishna Center extended onto the sidewalk. At the sight of Prabhupada's car, hundreds of devotees at the entrance began to cheer and chant his name. So hundreds of devotees were there in New York Center. It was the largest gathering of ISKCON devotees since the Mayapur festival. Many had come from distant places to be with Srila Prabhupada, and more than 600 devotees were staying in the building. More than 600 devotees. That's a lot. The kirtan was tumultuous. Standing before the deities of Radha Govinda, Prabhupada appeared pleased. A picture of Lord Jagannath, Balram and Subhadra was on the altar, and Prabhupada said he was anxious to see them on Rath Yatra day. As Prabhupada sat on the large green Vyasasana, he was at first too moved with emotions to speak. First of all, I must thank you all for bringing me in the new temple, he began. Because when I first came, my ambition was to start a temple here in New York, and I was seeking the opportunity. He described some of his first, almost helpless attempts to buy a 25 by 100-foot space in Manhattan. But he had been unable to get any money. So New York, we read about his struggle in New York. He was trying to buy buildings without any money. He didn't have any money. And he was cheated also with that attorney or the seller. And some buildings, he said, just give it to us. We'll have a Hare Krishna center and do good for the society. But somehow it didn't get. But ultimately, they got this 12-story building in Manhattan. It's not an easy job. But Krishna arranged it. I had no place, he said, what to speak of a temple. I had no residential place even. So, in that condition, I was thinking of returning to India. Practically every week, I was going to the shipping company. So, it's a long history that I came here with determination to start a temple in New York first. But at that time, 10 years before, in 1965, it was not possible. But by the grace of Krishna and by the grace of my Guru Maharaj, you have got this place. So I must thank you very much for organizing this temple. So, in the heart of New York, we got this building. Later in his lecture, Prabhupada stressed how Guru and Krishna were saving the conditioned souls from eternal suffering in the material world. Don't lose this opportunity, he said. Don't be foolish, misled by so-called scientists, philosophers, or politicians. Take to Krishna consciousness, and that is possible only by Guru Krishna Kripaya. By the mercy of Guru and by the mercy of Krishna, you can achieve all success. This is the secret. So, there are two philosophies. That what's a guru like? Guru and disciple relationship. Is it like a cat or monkey? Now, monkey, when we see monkeys taking their little babies from one roof to another, they jump from one roof to another. But the babies cling on either to the back of the mother or father monkey or to the front. And the baby is clinging on and the monkey is jumping. And the babies are taken from one place to another. And the cat philosophy is the cat carries the kitten in her mouth. Kitten is just helpless. He's just sitting there in the mouth, and the same mouth, if the rat sees it, then it's death for him. But the same mouth, same teeth, cat is carrying the kitten, and kitten is just comfortably sitting there. And the cat carries the kitten from one place to another. So now why this philosophy here in Vaishnavism? So is the disciple hanging on to the guru like a monkey's baby and the guru takes him from one place to another? Or is the disciple is just helpless and doing nothing and the guru takes like a cat is taking the kitten in his mouth from one place to another? See, many times some sampradayas, some scholars, they say, oh, you ISKCON people, you stress so much on chanting and reading and this service and that service, But Guru's mercy should be like a cat's mercy. You follow monkey philosophy. The cat's mercy doesn't mean the disciple doesn't have to do anything. Means after initiation, he can just sit at home and do all sorts of nonsense and wait for Guru to come and pick him up and take to back to Golok Vrindavan. No, we also have our duty to perform. Of course, our services or our sadhana, bhakti, whatever we are doing, it's not in proportion to the mercy we get from Guru and Krishna. They give plenty of mercy. We do only little bit service. But even that part we have to do. And chanting, what are we chanting? I mean, are we really chanting or just completing our rounds? But Prabhupada and Krishna, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, they see our sincerity even trying to chant properly, although we are struggling. But they see our sincerity. Yes, he's trying, she's trying. And then they give their mercy. And mercy is the proportionality, mercy is much more than our efforts. But that doesn't mean that we are on our own trying to cling on to Guru like a monkey's baby. We're just helpless, we're trying our best, we are struggling. Well, ultimately, it's the mercy of the Lord, mercy of Krishna and Guru, mercy of Prabhupada. But to get that mercy, just like the word comes kripa. Kripa means kar and pa. If we do it, then we'll get it. Again, many times we hear the word causeless mercy. Causeless mercy, again, it doesn't mean we just sit in our house because I'm initiated now or I have done some service, now Krishna will come and take me back. Causeless mercy, what it means is the mercy part is much more than our effort. We're not causing it for Krishna to come. All we are trying to do is just trying to follow some instructions to the best of our capabilities and then wait for the mercy. And they're ready to bestow their mercy. But they just want to see our sincerity. Just like there is, there's this video, many times it shows up on Facebook. A child goes to a shopkeeper who's selling sweets. The toffees are there in his jar. And child is with his mother. And they go and the shopkeeper just loves the child and so adorable child. And he opens one jar and he says, take whatever you want. How many candies you want, you just take. And the child, he doesn't put his hand in the jar. He just, outside the jar, he's having his hand. He says, no, you give me whatever you want. And the shopkeeper just fills up his palm with the toffees and gives it to the child. And later when they're coming back, mother said, well, the shopkeeper was telling you to take whatever you want. Why didn't you take? He says very, very innocently, he says, how much I could have taken with my hand. If he gave me with his hands, then my palms are full. I could have grabbed only 2 or 3. He gave me almost 10 toffees. So same thing happens between us and Krishna. When he comes to give, he has unlimited hands. Even if we go to Virat Rupa, unlimited hands. If he wants to give his mercy and if he wants to give his protection by those hands, it's plenty for us. Even protection also. If we are fighting with somebody, I mean, how much we can protect ourselves and how much we can fight, how much strength do we have? But if Krishna comes on our side and he wants to protect us, he wants to fight on our side, what can he do? All we have to do is just take shelter. Taking shelter, surrendering means trying to follow the instructions to the best of our ability. And then they can do miracles. As Prabhupada said, by the mercy of Guru and by the mercy of Krishna, you can achieve all success. So, not on our own. We have to depend on the mercy, but at the same time, we have to put in our effort. This is the secret. Yasya deve parabhaktir itha deve tatha guru. Tasyate katita hi artha prakashante mahatmana. So this Guru Puja we are doing, it's not self-aggrandizement. It is real teaching. So Guru Puja, even in that, when Prabhupada was physically here, and we do, in fact now also, even we do Prabhupada's deities, Guru Puja every morning. Now in Nectar of Devotion, it is said, when the deity curtains are open in the temple, you cannot worship anybody. You cannot even pay obeisances to anybody. But Prabhupada, when he was here, allowed for himself to be worshipped, even when the deity's curtains were open. That's very technical. When we do Tulsi Puja in the morning or evening, deity's curtains are closed. But in the morning, when Prabhupada's puja goes on, curtains are open. Prabhupada allowed that. It wasn't self-aggrandizement that he wanted to show, I'm so powerful, so great. And except for Prabhupada, nobody's worshipped that way. If you have attended Vyas Puja ceremonies of different gurus, and if it is happening in the temple hall, deity's curtains have to be closed. Only for Prabhupada, he allowed that, and it still goes on. Deity's curtains are open. That's the position of Srila Prabhupada. And Prabhupada said it's not self-aggrandizement, it is real teaching. You sing daily, Guru Mukha Padma Vakya Chitte Te Kariya Kya. I tell you frankly, whatever little success is there in this Krishna consciousness movement, I simply believed what was spoken by my Guru Maharaj. He also continued that. Then every success will come. Thank you very much. So all we have to do is just follow Prabhupada, have faith in Prabhupada, follow his teachings, and every success will come. Whether the success in preaching or in other activities of ISKCON, or whether the success is at the end of our life, we go back home, back to Godhead. Only by the mercy of Prabhupada it will happen. That we have to understand. We might think, oh, Prabhupada is not living anymore. No, he is still there in his deity's form. He is there in his pictures. He is there. He is very much there. All we have to do is approach him properly, and he is ready there, ready to give his mercy, ready to help us, ready to give us, bestow his blessings on us. Srila Prabhupada then toured the entire 12-story building. He spoke little but approved of almost everything he saw. His disciples seemed to be managing things properly on his behalf. His quarters were well appointed with separate rooms for sitting and resting. So I shall again stay in New York, he asked, as he sat at his desk. Adikesha Swami, the temple president, said, "This is your triumphant return, Srila Prabhupada." Yes, Prabhupada replied, "That is my sentiment. Triumphant return means after victory he has come back." And it was victory, sign of victory. Attaining this 12-story building, obtaining this 12-story building in New York. Devotees were eager to point out the features of the rooms, the view from the window, and the relative quiet. "It's very peaceful for translating work," said Rameshwar Swami. "Oh yes," said Srila Prabhupada. "When my Guru Maharaj left, I was alone. So he has sent so many gurus to take care of me. You are my Guru Maharaj's representatives." So this was Prabhupada's mood for his disciples who were born in America or Europe and did all sorts of nonsense things before. And he said, "You are my Guru Maharaj's representatives. He has sent you to help me." That was Prabhupada's mood. Of course, um, at one point Prabhupada said, "Yes, that is true, but at the same time, it's my duty to train you." So he was training them. "We are Guru Das," a devotee said. "So you are taking care," said Prabhupada. "And I'm very much obliged to you. I sometimes think of my childhood. I was very pet son of my father. I had admitted that in the book. My father was not very rich man, but still, whatever I wanted, he would give me. He never chastised me, but full love. Then, of course, I got friends and I was married. So, by Krishna's grace, everyone loved me. And I came to this foreign country without any acquaintance. So, Krishna sent me many fathers to love me. Many fathers, because all the devotees, they just would love Prabhupada and would take care of him, take care of all his needs. In that way, I am fortunate. At the last stage, if I live peacefully, that is the great mercy of Krishna. By Krishna's mercy, everything is possible. So we shall stick to Krishna's lotus feet. Then everything is possible. So this was Prabhupada's mood. Very humble and ready to serve Krishna, ready to um, serve his devotees. That was his mood. During Prabhupada's 10-day stay in New York, the devotees remained in a triumphant, euphoric mood. For the Rath Yatra, the devotees had permission from the city to have the parade down Fifth Avenue. Prabhupada had said that New York was the most important city in the world and that a skyscraper would be a beacon of Krishna consciousness for the world. So now ISKCON had its skyscraper in Manhattan, its Rath Yatra parade down Fifth Avenue, and Prabhupada's personal presence. And in fact, I believe it was that parade only, first Rath Yatra in New York on Fifth Avenue. Devotees had created these three big chariots, but they could not just take it to the starting point at night before and leave it there, leave the chariots there. City just didn't allow them. They said you have to bring that in the morning. So they didn't have any place to park the chariots. And it is said that Donald Trump, he was a big man in New York at that time also, and he had many buildings. So somehow devotees approached him and he allowed one of his buildings parking. He said, "Okay, you can park your chariots here." It was closer to the starting point of Rath Yatra. So he did his service, whatever little service he did it. Anyway, I guess we can stop here. See anybody has any questions or comments.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna.
I think that little service what Trump has done, he has got the position of फल मिल गया उसको.
It could be because of that, it could be whatever pious activities he has done. I mean, it's a
I know,
combination, yes, it's gas, it could be.
है ना?
So he did that service.
हाँ तो बस वो तभी तो
Chalo, you all are safe and wonderful day. Hare Krishna. Jai
हरे
Shri Ram.
कृष्णा. Thank you,
Thank you,
Prabhuji.
Prabhuji. Hare
जय
Krishna.
श्रीला